guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new stuff, and let's get started. So today I'm sharing with you guys a massive review of some new polishes from Kokie Cosmetics. If you guys have heard of Kokie Cosmetics before, they are a drugstore nail polish brand and they're usually found in Rite Aid. I believe they're in some other stores as well, but that's always where I have seen them. But they recently announced that they are starting to be carried by Sally Beauty, and with that announcement they came out with 15 brand new polishes. So all of these polishes are Sally Beauty exclusive and I have all of them to swatch for you guys. So just a quick overview about the brand. Like I said, they are a drugstore brand. They are 3 free, meaning they are free of 3 of the dangerous chemicals that are often found in nail polish, and they are also cruelty free. So we've got 15 shades to go over and we've got a bunch of different styles. We've got creams, we've got shimmers, we've got almost every color. So let me just go ahead and get started with the swatches. Roll footage. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am going to be using base coat underneath all of my swatches. This is the Orly Bonder base coat, so I will link that down in the description for you guys. You can check that out if you're interested. So first up in this swatchathon of polishes, we have the shade Chill Seeker, and this is a peachy, pinky, dusty coral kind of cream shade. And honestly, really impressed with the first coat of coverage on this one, but I did end up putting on 2 coats just to get that full coverage. But yeah, overall, really impressive coverage, really impressive formula, very easy to work with, and the shade itself looks beautiful. This is a color that you can wear any time of year, and I think it's also conservative enough that people who can't really wear wild colors could definitely get away with wearing this one. Just overall, really great color. Next up, we have the shade Honey Nectar. This is a really intense duochrome shimmer polish that looks kind of golden when it's head on and then shifts into orange. This is the one I was the most excited about when I saw it in the bottle, but I ended up being slightly disappointed about it once I put it on the nail. The color in itself is just really gorgeous. I love the way that this color looks, but I did find that the formula, I don't know if it was just drying too quickly or what, but it ended up being a little bit patchy, and on that first coat it left kind of a lumpiness. So once I threw on that second coat, you could really see those lumps through, and I'm not really sure if I can fix that, so not sure how I feel about this one. Next up, we have the shade SAUCY, which is a really beautiful brick red brownish cream shade, and this is another just classic color to have in your collection. None of the shades that I'm going to be sharing with you guys are like totally outlandish different from the norm, but they are all really great standard colors, and this brand is inexpensive, so really no complaints from me. But yeah, just another one with a really great formula, nice classic color to have in your collection, like I said, and this is a shade that I love wearing in the fall, so I'm just really excited to have it. I love that like reddish brown vibe. Next up, we have the shade Playing Games, and this is like a nice dark dusty magenta shade, and I think this is another really beautiful color. The opacity on this one was really impressive. A lot of these darker shades did give me really impressive opacity, and for that reason I think they would be really good for nail art, but this color is definitely beautiful enough to wear on its own. I ended up doing 2 coats and I love the way it looked. It's just a really beautiful shade all around, and again, just another classic one. Next up, we have the shade Photo Op, and this is a dusty medium fuchsia cream. I would say my camera actually made it look a little bit brighter than it does look in real life. I would say it's definitely a little bit dustier than this, but still really beautiful color. I love the way that it looks on the nails. Again, this is another color that I would really love to wear in fall, but it's another shade that you can just wear any time of year and a great classic to have in your collection. I ended up throwing on 2 coats for this one for full opacity, and it just looked really beautiful. I did notice that a lot of these shades were self-leveling, so they're really easy to work with, great for beginners. Next up, we have the shade Sorry Wrong Number, which is a super bright fuchsia shade that has little gold flecks running throughout. This color I am totally obsessed with. It looks like it's a dupe for Zoya Leilani from the Summer 2020 line. I believe they are the same color, if not very similar. So if you guys are looking for a less expensive dupe, then this is definitely the one for you. It looks absolutely gorgeous on, perfect opacity in 2 coats, and it's just a really cute color in general. Next up, we have the shade I Want Candy, and this is a super light baby pink cream shade, and to be totally honest with you, I did not really have high hopes for this one. I find that drugstore nail polishes tend to not do a great job with pastel colors like this, but this one actually was fairly impressive. It still ended up being 3 coats. Honestly, I probably could have gotten away with doing 2, but I did notice that there were were some spots that looked a little bit less opaque than others, so I did end up throwing on that third coat, and overall just another really beautiful color. Like I've been saying, nothing totally unique or crazy, but it is really pretty, and it was surprisingly easy to work with, even though it is a pastel shade from a drugstore brand. So even though this is a 3-coater, I still ended up really liking it. I thought it was super cute. Next up we have the shade Pinky Swear, which is a super light pink pearlescent shade, and this one honestly looked pretty white on the nails, but I feel like in some light you would be able to get a little bit of that pink vibe anyway. I personally love shades like this. I know that pearlized shades are hit or miss, but I personally love them. I think this one's really beautiful. It is really easy to get those neat brush strokes because these polishes do have that wide flat brush, but because these ones are also self-leveling, I think it kind of smoothed out and you didn't really see as many brush strokes once the polish was like starting to dry a little bit. So if you're wary about brush strokes, I think this might be a good starter polish for people who are interested in pearls. Next up we have the shade London Fog, which is a really beautiful medium taupe color, and I am so excited about this shade. I personally love the grays that Kokie Cosmetics comes out with, and I feel like it's starting to translate into their taupe shades because I think they are also so amazing. Just like incredible formulas, incredible coverage, and then just like these neutral colors just like totally do it for me. They're great palette cleansers in my opinion. Anytime I don't know what my hair color is going to be or what my eye makeup is going to look like, I always stray towards shades like this, so just another one that I'm probably going to be reaching for all the time. Next up we have the shade Iced Out, which is a sheer pearly white shimmery shade, and this one is not necessarily the type of polish that I usually like, but it performed pretty well. I just personally don't love this style of nail polish, at least on myself. I ended up doing 2 coats for coverage, and you could still see a little bit of visible nail line, but I believe that is how this is intended to be worn. It might be fun over other colors, I'm not too sure, but like I said, this is not the color for me, but with that said, I still think it's a really good formula. Next up we have the shade Talk to My Manager, which is a super dark eggplant purple cream shade. So on the first coat you can really see what that color is looking like, but once I threw on that second coat it ended up looking fully black on the nails. I'm totally fine with wearing all black nails. I think that looks cute, but I really couldn't see any of that purple through this. If you are looking for basically like a black polish, this is a good option for you, but if you do want that like dark eggplanty purple, I'm not sure you'd be able to see this honestly in any lighting. Next up we have the shade Purple Goddess, which is a really nice dusty purple that has a silver shimmery fleck running throughout. This one was a surprise favorite for me. I thought the color itself was a little plain in the bottle, but once I started applying it, I realized this was a matte polish, and you guys know I'm very obsessed with matte nail polishes, so as soon as I saw this I was super excited. It almost has that like velvety feel to it because it has those shimmers running throughout, so I think it's absolutely fantastic. This would also look really great if you just decided to wear this with a regular top coat, but personally I am just obsessed with this matte velvety look. I think it's so beautiful. I can't get enough of it, and this is just in time for fall. Next up we have the shade Tempest, and this is a really beautiful dusty periwinkle cream shade, and this one I knew I was gonna love it when I saw it in the bottle, but I especially knew once I started applying it on my nails. Just a really beautiful, another classic shade. Like I feel like everybody should have a color like this in their collection for if you just want to have something soft and blue on your nails. It's so beautiful. Ooh, I was just thinking I should totally wear this to a wedding because that's like a something blue. Are you supposed to do that for other people's weddings? I don't really know. Next up we have the shade Ooh Baby Baby, and this is a frosty baby blue that has blue glitters and a shimmer running throughout, and this is another one that I'm just not too keen on this style of polish. I feel like they always tend to look a little chunky on me, and I'm not sure that I really like that at all, but 2 coats did give it full coverage and it was a good formula. It did work on my nails. Again, this is just not a color that I personally like to wear, so it's up to you. If this is something that you're into, this is a good formula. And finally, we have the shade Wild Child, which is a classic foresty green shade, and this one, I liked the color. I thought it was really cute. I'm probably going to be using this one for nail art, but when I was applying it, I noticed even though I had shaken it, it still looked like there was a little bit of separation of the color on my nail. I'm not sure if maybe I just got a bad bottle or if it was like not in a good temperature situation, but the other bottles seem totally fine. I don't know if you can see like those little streaks that are on my nail. I don't know why that happened, so not too keen on this one either, but again, I think it'll be good for nail art. So yeah, those are the polishes, and overall, I'm really enjoying them. I love these new colors. They're nothing that's like totally groundbreaking, but they're a really good drugstore brand as a staple for your collection. They come in 16 milliliter bottles, which is bigger than the industry standard. For reference, OPI and China Glaze are 15 milliliters, so you are getting a lot for your money. They do have a really nice wide range of colors, and the formulas are pretty easy to work with. So like I said, these polishes are exclusively available from Sally Beauty. I will put a link down below for you guys so you can check them out. Like I said, the polishes are 16 milliliters each and they retail for $4.99 USD each. So yeah, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think of Kokie Cosmetics? Are you a fan of the brand? Are there any colors that catch your eye? And are you planning on picking any of these Sally exclusives up? Let me know in the comments. You know I love to chat with you guys. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And that is it, so we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Alright, today's fun fact comes from Patreon supporter Autumn, and Autumn says, I know you mentioned in a video about not being able to get into audiobooks, but you like to read, so I'm wondering which particular genre you prefer. So this is something I actually just recently mentioned in another fun fact, but I tend to love young adult fiction. Personally, I'm a little picky with it. I'm a very harsh book reviewer. If you guys follow my vlog channel, which I'll link up in the cards, I do some book reviews on there, or I talk about books that I'm reading, and I am pretty harsh because I have very specific book preferences, specifically more in like the new adult genre, like where they're not in high school anymore, because that's not really something I can relate to at this point in my life. But I also love fantasy, I love sci-fi, I love anything. I don't really love contemporary, but I love contemporary if it's got a little magical element to it. So I don't always just read young adult fiction, but I feel like that's kind of the genre that I usually sit in there. But yeah, so that is it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!